Can we move you up? I'm live, just so you know, my love. Hey, guys. Hi, Xander. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys. Degenerate was asking if I was going to have a live where we could just have he said, are you going to have a quiet live, a quiet Q&A? So I was like, I better do something just for us, like just for us people who are actually part of the channel where we can kind of sit back and talk because we haven't done that in a few days. So I figured I would do that. Hi, Charze. How are you? Hey, 77. Yeah, so I figured I'd do that. So hopefully Degenerate comes in since this live is for him because he asked for it. So I wanted to make sure that I came and did that. It's been like a long few days. It's been a lot of work. Hi, RS Spence. You didn't get to finish listening to what chat? What are you talking about? Oh, I'm glad you're doing fine, Charze. Hi, Elijah. I like your name. Elijah's a good name. So yeah, I just wanted to do something where it was just us, where we could just kind of hang out. Something where we won't attract like a bunch of trolls, where we could kind of just like sit and talk. You know, I like to just chill with you guys sometimes. So like I said, Degenerate asked me if I was going to do this. He asked that during my Obsidian live stream. And I was like, I should probably do that because if he's asking for it, like some other people will too. Since we normally don't vibe so hot over here, like we keep it pretty mellow. Hi, Annabelle. Oh, okay. He just was being silly at the end. He was just cracking jokes and stuff toward the end. So it wasn't anything really in particular that was fascinating toward the end of it, which is cool. I'm glad it ended like on a light note. I was like very on the fence about bringing Obsidian on because I was just a little concerned. Like he's so naughty. I just didn't know. Yeah. It was nothing really to miss or anything like that. If you hear like water running in the background and all that, my daughter is baking a couple of loaves of bread, or maybe she's doing rolls. I don't know. But she's in there making bread because my man wanted some bread and she's technically on punishment. So I thought she can make bread. It would get her out to the room. She likes to do it. And then I could just take a chill pill for a second. But yeah, so what is coming up in the next week? It's about to be 2019, y'all. It's about to be 2019. So that's pretty exciting. And I'm pretty excited about my live with Nyla Says tomorrow, because I have been waiting for her to tell me the difference between white femininity and black femininity. I promise you. Like, she's going to be the teacher on this one. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that'll be really nice. I'm looking forward to 2019 and just what the year will bring. I thought about bringing my god sister on for this conversation because, you know, she like is all things astrology, and I'm not super into astrology, but I like lightweight, kind of want to Like, just see what she has to say about the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I kind of do. Hi, Degenerate. I did this live for you, okay? After the stream was over, I could see that you asked if I was going to do like a quiet Q&A. So I was like, because you asked, Degenerate, I came back and I did this live so that we could just sit and we could just talk and we could just, you know, like chill amongst ourselves. So I was hoping, I was like, I hope Degenerate shows up because it would be bad if I did this just because you asked and then you missed it. So I'm glad you showed up. Hey, Frantonio. I can always be chill. You know, my go-to function is chill. Actually, I think that's why I never got into pot because I used to have a card and I can't smoke indica because indica, it basically makes me comatose because I'm already like a really, really chill, mellow person. And so indica it makes me feel very uncomfortable. And so I started to try sativa. And because this is what my doctor recommended. He's like, well, try sativa. And so not a sativa indica mix, because I can't do any indica, like any level of indica, but like pure sativa, like a pure sativa strain, those are really hard to find because most sativa makes people feel sativa makes most people feel anxious. But I'm already like super, super chill. So sativa was like bearable for me, but I still didn't like the feeling. So pot is the only drug I've ever tried. But my whole point in saying this is that I am naturally a very, very chill person. And people I know who are like real potheads, who smoke a lot of pot and who are able to function normally, they are normally very high strung when they're sober. I think because I'm naturally very chilled out and mellow, I can't smoke it. But I guess my whole point in saying this is that the last stream, he did bring the heat. I knew he would. I was disappointed because I was hoping to get something like else out of him. But I think it was just too many eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just too many people in the chat, just too much going on. And so that was unfortunate. Now, with that said, I knew I could be chill right now, y'all, because I'm just chill in general. Like I'm just a chilled out person. So I was not concerned about being chill after the last live. Degenerate white femininity, black femininity is femininity, isn't it? Nyla's going to tell us. I can't define it. You think a lot of people got blocked? Yeah, I blocked a few people on that live stream. I had to because he brought out the trolls. So I had to block them. I figured I might as well block them then, you know? Yeah, sativa is just a type of pot. So all marijuana is either sativa or it's indica. Indica is normally what people are thinking about when they talk about like purple, when they talk about like the typical high person that's tired and hungry and stuff like that. Sativa is more of a stimulant and indica is a relaxant. Hi, Nikki. Yeah, but all weed is bad with me, Frantonio. Like I can't do any pot. Like I'm just not 420 friendly. But that's just it, Voodoo Child. He says that he's not trolling. He says that's how he really is. I don't know if I really buy that, but it could be true. Black women are amazing. Indica is best for pain. Sativa is best for mood. But a lot of times when people say sativa, Frantonio, they're talking about like a hybrid, like a indica hybrid with sativa in it. Very few people smoke pure sativa, It's really hard to find. Just a pure sativa with no indica, just a straight strain, because they really only grow it to cut the indica. Does Obsidian rub me the wrong way? I don't know that it's that Obsidian rubs me like the wrong way per se. I wish he used his powers for good. I wish I had been able to draw something out of him other than what he normally presents. I don't know that I mean, very few people rub me the wrong way. Like some people I vibe with easier than others. Some people move in certain ways that like aren't preferable to me, but I don't know that he rubs me the wrong way. I still can't help but like him. I don't know. It's hard for me not to like people. I promise you. I promise you. There's a girl that did like some really mean videos about me. I didn't watch them, but people were coming back and telling me, and I'm pretty sure she did them. But then I'm still nice to her because it's just hard for people to rub me the wrong. I get, you know, I'm just not like super easily offended. So I don't know that he rubs me the wrong way per se. Yeah, they were disrespectful. There was a lot of disrespect. But it is what it is. Irene, there's no point in trying to speak or... Oh, hi, Taylor. Oh, let me make you a mod. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll read your comment in a second. I couldn't find you. I can't make mods on my phone, and that's where I was looking at the chat. Oops. I pushed the wrong thing. Y'all, I will never figure this life out. Like, never. Let me see. Where are you at, Taylor? Oh my gosh, I lost you. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Taylor with the flowers. I think Xander asked me to mod you. Okay, great. Anyway, back to our conversation. Taylor said, Irene, there's no point in trying to speak or get through to Obsidian. He has stated several times that he doesn't care about solutions. The best thing people can do is to ignore him. That's kind of what Q-Butter said. But, you know, I'm one of those people, like, I have to, on my own, make that attempt. You know what I mean? Because I would want other people to give me the benefit of the doubt. Regardless of what anybody was saying about me, I'd want to be given that chance. So I wanted to deal with him myself. I went over to his platform, and he was pretty cool for the most part. For the most part, I wanted to invite him over here because I hoped it would be more chill, but it just attracted so many people because he's infamous. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Lisa Cabrera, she has a YouTube channel. Something I like on her channel is, I don't watch her channel much, but something I like on her channel is she sometimes just plays the Bible, which is nice. Yeah, I don't like vaporizer highs. I don't like vaping. I tried that. You know, I'm from California. I'm like a pot connoisseur, but I just don't like getting high. I'm not a drug-friendly person. I don't like drugs. And I knew I wouldn't like pot, but, you know, I got a card and I let people talk me into it, and I just don't like it. Pure sativa will make you crazy, Elijah. I think it makes, okay, so sativa, people don't smoke it pure because it makes them anxious. But I am very, very, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm very, very, very mellow. So pure sativa didn't bother me at all. But I think the average person can't smoke sativa. Definitely a person who's high strung, like naturally, should never smoke sativa. But it didn't do anything for me. Like, I'm just, yeah. When I started drinking coffee, I actually would drink. I didn't drink coffee. I drank espresso, and I would do 12 shots of espresso, like from jump. I was doing like 12 shots of espresso from jump, and I would still fall asleep. I just don't, I think I'm just not drug friendly, like across the board. So I just don't bother with it. Right Winger said, what specifically were you hoping to get out of Obsidian during your debate/discussion? I wanted to see a gentle, human, kind side of him that didn't have bravado behind it. I wanted to get Obsidian out of that conversation. Or whatever, I don't know if Obsidian is his birth name, but I wanted to get him out of that conversation. I was hoping to meet him. That's what I was hoping, in all honesty. Because like his point here on YouTube is to make money. I really want us to build something together. And if we don't get to know each other, that's not possible. If we're all showing up with our representatives, if we're all showing up with our personas, this is not even about Obsidian. It's just like in general. If we're all showing up with that, nothing's going to happen. So he's here to be entertaining. And I've said many times, like, my goal is not to entertain you guys. I don't want to distract you guys. I don't want to be a distraction. I want, when you come here, we're talking about real stuff, and it's not always so intense. Like right now we're chilling, you know, but it's not to detach you from reality. So I had hoped I would meet Obsidian in that conversation. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Yeah, Annabelle said Q brother is a good brother. Shout out to him. He really is. Q Butter and my man, they have the same kind of heart for our people. They really do. They have the same kind of heart for our people. And I like him. I like Q Butter a lot. I like what he's doing. I like where his heart is. He's got a good heart. What I see of him as I see a good heart. That doesn't make anybody perfect, but that goes a long way in my book. Like, that's really solid. Yeah, Keith said it was a good stream, but too much yelling. Yeah, I don't like the yelling isn't necessary. There were so many weirdos, Nikki. Oh my gosh. He brought the weirdos out in full effect. Like, they came, they will never come back to my channel again, but they came for that. Keith said, I think you wanted something he could not give. I think he can give it, but maybe he can't give it here. I mean, he doesn't know me. Everybody's always coming for him. There was a big crowd of people watching us. He has a brand. I think he can give it. I just think that the timing and the environment wasn't right. That's what I think. You didn't check out the interview, but you're here for the cool down? That's what's up, Shy Girl. The cool down is cool. I know that what I like about this cool down is that I know it's just going to be us hanging with each other. And I like that. I like I like the interviews and I like when I do lives and stuff, but what I don't like is I can't really read everybody's comments. I can't really talk to you guys. Like, I don't like that. Like, I like to interact with you guys. And so I feel like sometimes when it gets like it's like too much and I can't do that. Yeah, exactly. Relax, Nikki. Who's Michael Anderson, Xander? Hi, Derek. Degenerate said there were men and woman haters in the stream. Yeah. But you guys know I don't vibe with that gender warfare stuff. Like, that's a joke to me. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it at all. I think something's up with it. I really do. I think it's very suspect to me, to be real. So many people came from him. For him. Like, so many people came for him. I knew that was going to happen, but it was like a little overwhelming. It just reached a point where I just had to let the trolls be trolls unless I could catch something really awful. But thanks to my mods, because the mods were really on their jobs. Like, you guys were really on your job, and I had to be hard to like differentiate what to do because so many people were doing the absolute most. I was like, dang, really? You people have no chill. Yeah, and you missed it. You did good. And you did good. You were good to miss it. Oh, see, Frantonio agrees with me. Hi, Ray. Since the guy named Twin talked about the importance of building family, is Twin married to the mother of his 3 sons? No, he isn't. They separated, and he's raising the boys because they're boys and they need to be with their father. And I don't know what happened there, but the thing is that he's raising those boys. He skipped out on us to go spend Saturday night with his sons. And I think that's more than a lot of people can say. So, I mean, he's doing the best in his situation, and I think that that's dope. Ah, Shy Girl said, I love your channel, but I figured the interview would be too intense. I've seen it on, him on Nyla's too much. I think it was, so he asked for Twin to come on, and I was really hesitant because I kind of think Obsidian knew, like, if it were just he and I, it wasn't going to get too hot. You know what I mean? So he asked if I would bring Twin on. I was really, really hesitant. But I spoke to Twin, and Twin was like, I will do it. But they, like, it went from 0 to 100, like, literally in half a second. Literally in half a second. To where I couldn't even, like, talk. And I don't know. I wasn't with it. I think I told Obsidian before he came on, like, my feelings about debates versus a conversation. And Twin just feels the way that he feels. I knew that they wouldn't agree, but I had hoped it would have been more peaceful. I'd hoped, y'all, but you know, hoping's not getting. So, oh, has the YouTube gender war been around since 2007? Really? And I didn't know that the manosphere wasn't just a black thing. I just found out that the manosphere is like actually a section of YouTube. That's crazy. Oh, you want to be a mod, Degenerate? Okay, I'll make you a mod. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Every once in a while, I need a bunch of moderators because it gets pretty crazy. Yeah, and he started doing that at the end. He started like clowning on one of the ladies in the chat, and I was just like, "Can you stop?" Like, hey, Gray Dove. Do you know whether Twin was ever married to the mothers of his 3 sons, or did he have their children out of wedlock? I think they were married. If he's ever on again, you can ask him, but I'm pretty sure they were married. Like, I'm pretty sure. If I recall, because he's told his story a few times, and I think that they were married. I think so. Oh, hold on, y'all. I have to play dominoes. Do you guys play this? Oh, you can't see it. I'm like trying to show it to you. I'm like, do you play this non-existent thing? Fly Clops, the domino game. So my best friend and I, we play just game after game after game of dominoes. I just won. You win. Okay, can you guys see this? You win. That would be me. I whooped his butt, but I almost never win. Like, it almost never happens. But I'll take that win. Yes, I will. And I will text him and tell him, I beat you. Because he's a computer programmer, or he's a coder, computer programmer, every time he wins, I tell him that he obviously is cheating. Okay, let's see. James Spundy, I'm okay. I feel really good. I'm like winding down. My daughter is baking bread. I can't wait to have some. Ooh, y'all, my man fried some fish. I don't even know what kind of fish it was, but that fish was Cajun style and it was so good. That was probably why I was so chill during the Obsidian interview. He came on. I was like, I am just finishing fish that my man baked. So everything is doing really, really, I'm doing really, really well, James. Thank you for asking. Do I have an iPhone? No, this is a 8 Plus, a Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus. So it's like the Android equivalent of an iPhone, and I would say that I like it better than iPhone. My second to youngest son, he has an iPhone. He has a 6 Plus, I believe. I don't like iPhones. My daughter has an iPhone too, but she cracked the screen on hers. I feel like buying an iPhone is like buying a car. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very expensive. This phone was expensive too. It was like $1,100. I was like, what the heck? So I probably should put it back in its case because it's a mess. By the way, you're black, degenerate. Okay, thanks for qualifying yourself. It was supposed to be a discussion, not a debate. Obsidian and I talked about this before. I wanted a discussion. He kept saying a debate, and I was explaining to him how a debate and a discussion were different. Oh, Right Winger said, is that my bread? Thank you. This is the bread my daughter made. You guys can't see anything. The light is so crazy. Bread. Put 2 of those on a plate for him, okay?
Oh, I already gave them to friend.
Oh, okay. So I also want to add that you did a good job in laying out your case against the LBGT agenda during the debate/discussion tonight. You made some powerful arguments. Well done. Thank you. Something I don't like and that I find a lot of people try to do when they want to kind of confine the conversation is they don't let you answer questions freely. They try to dictate like how you answer. Like yes or no. Obsidian was like, can I have a yes or no answer? And when I was on his show, I'm going to be uploading the tape of when I did his show. One of the guys on his show tried to do that to me too. Like, not accept my answer unless I would answer it yes or no. And I was like, you can't tell me how to answer my question. Yeah, when will people realize we cannot debate beliefs? Nobody is a winner in that game. That's true. We can't debate beliefs. That's why we need to just leave that kind of stuff alone. Hello, Brian. Yeah, it was good. Cajun style. Kyle, it was so good. You just have no... Yes, exactly. Samsung supremacy. I actually have a pic. Well, no. I saw a picture of like an Android robot like peeing on an iPhone Apple. But mind you, I love Apple products, like my computers, all that, but not for my phone. I can't do it for the phone. I have eaten sea bass, Annabelle. Yeah, because I'm clumsy. I'm going to tell you, I've already had this phone replaced once because I broke the screen. I am very clumsy. Like right now, this thing should be back in its case. I shouldn't even be walking around with the phone free, y'all. It's amazing I'm alive today because I am that clumsy. It's like really bad. James Bundy said, that's special, your daughter baking. These kids won't share a cracker with you. Kids these days won't share a cracker with you. Yep, she baked it from scratch too. She's a little chef. Yeah, Q Butter, and he was not feeling that at all. Q Butter was like, it's a wrap for this whole life. Like, I don't even know why we're speaking to him. I don't know why he's here. I don't know how Q Butter will feel about, well, Q Butter knows my heart for people and how I feel. So he'll understand why I brought him on. But Q Butter's like, these are conversations we just don't even need to try to have with some people. He wasn't with the shenanigans at all. There were crazy conspiracy theorists in the chat, were there? I couldn't even get into the chat like that. Apple has limitations once you're in there. Yeah, they have a lot of limitations. I like Apple computers more, but it's very problematic that they cannot be upgraded. It's very, you know what I mean? And now with the unibody, oh, wait, hold on a second. Sorry about that. Now with the unibody Macs, you can't even open up your Mac. So, I mean, the thing to be said for PCs is that they're not the best built computers, but if you know how to do some building, you can really upgrade a PC. They are a scam at this point. I agree. I completely agree. I'm so for Samsung. I mean, so for Android. Right now, all of Android is Samsung. And doesn't Apple even get some of its parts from Samsung at this point? So it's not like Apple is even, you know, completely making all of its stuff. The chat was moving so fast. Yeah. I could see that. I wasn't into the chat like that. I just saw it was like a whole lot of negative stuff. And every once in a while I would look down and delete or put somebody on a timeout. Like block or put somebody on a timeout or delete a message. It was not, I mean, I don't think, okay. And I don't think that it was that bad per se. I just think that like it could have gone better. I think for my channel, it was pretty bad. For my channel, there wasn't that much drama when Tommy and I did our stuff. So for my channel, it was pretty bad. Hi, Dark Prophet. Hi, Toriano. Oh, let me make you a mod, Toriano. If you're still not mad at me. Are you mad at me, Toriano? Are we still friends? Hold on, because I couldn't make you a mod the other day. Toriano. I had so much fun talking to you guys the other night, Toriana. That was really great. I really, really enjoyed that a lot. I was disappointed in Obsidian's behavior. He has a good message, but his negativity overshadowed his message. I think he makes some valid points too. The delivery is not the best, but you have to understand he did say he isn't there to deliver any kind of message to do any kind of good. He's there to be entertaining. And I have to say, like, that is honest. You can be mad. He's being honest about it. And so I almost feel bad placing more expectations on him when he makes that clear. But I also recognize that when you're in the public arena, your behavior just influences other people, whether that's like your intention or not. Do you know what I mean? Welcome back, Dark Prophet. Yeah, we're just chilling though. Degenerate wanted to just have a chill live, so y'all are the bosses. We're having a chill live. The chat was off the chain. I can't imagine having watched the chat through that whole thing. Like the most time I got to watch the chat was when the guys were talking, but I also wanted to listen. And it's hard for me to fully dedicate to the comments and fully pay attention to the chat simultaneously. No, wait. Fully dedicate myself to the chat and the comments and fully pay attention to what they're saying. So I had to like listen, chat. And from what I saw, the chat was ridiculous. Like it was so divided. And I guess that makes for good YouTube, but I don't want that for my channel. I don't know, y'all. I think if all I did was talk about MGTOW and have fights on my channel, I would get so far. But I just don't want to do that. I don't know. I don't want to do it. You want me to mod you, Dark Prophet? Oh my gosh, fine. But then we're all going to be mods in here, y'all. Then it's going to seem like we're being snobby. You're here every day. Dark Prophet, you're a mess. You are so funny. Yeah. You're here every day. Irene, you know a lot of us hate Tommy. I know how people feel about Tommy. And I understand how people feel about Tommy, but I don't hate him. You know? Hate's a strong word. I don't hate him. I don't hate him at all. I have a Microsoft and an iMac Pro. I'm going to give away one. This is my desktop. Oh, okay. See, Charze, I like Mac a lot for their computers. I really do. They're expensive though, y'all. When you're ready to drop $6,000 on a computer, I mean, shoot. And 411 said, so what are your thoughts on Tommy exposing the Nubian felons, Irene? I was wondering your thoughts. First of all, I didn't see that live stream of his, but I knew that they both had criminal backgrounds. I already knew that. Well, I didn't know that about Michi, but I knew about Vicky Dillard's. I knew that she had a background, and I found Michi's fascinating. When Michi was like, she did a bank robbery, I was like, dang, really? I was very fascinated by that. But she did it 20 years ago. I didn't watch the video he did. I don't watch all of Tommy's content. So when I talk to Tommy, when I have spoken to Tommy, because I don't think he's very happy that I did work with QButter because I didn't know that they had an issue. But I would have probably worked with QButter anyway, even if I knew they had an issue, just because I really respect the work QButter is doing. I hate being pitted against people. I feel like people can not like each other, and then I don't have to be in the middle of that. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't see what Tommy said about Fly Nubian Queen, but I knew about Vicky's history, and I didn't care. Michi, I didn't know about her history. Michi is an assault on the senses. Okay. So Michi has some streams and I'm like, this is crazy. Like she is so logical. She curses like a sailor though, y'all. It's like an assault on my senses. I'm like, dang, I have to wear headphones. I have to turn the volume down. I have to send the kids in the far room outside. The whole nine. I'm able to listen to Vicky's really loud. My girls are always like, why does she keep saying talk black to me? They're so cute. Oh, bye, RS Spence. Go back to work. He said he wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry, Tariano. Who said you're a snob, Anne? Who said that? Traveling diva, be nice. Jerome Green said, when you watch Tommy's material, you see Black women being the worst type of people. The only issue I think on both sides is that the modern Western women, and not just Black women, that's the issue. Yeah, I get that from a lot of men, that like Western women are a certain kind of way. But I don't know that Western women are a certain kind of way. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like people want to go to a club. They want to internet date. They want to pick women from certain areas and then expect them to act like church women. I don't mean like, churches where women do whatever, but I mean like conservative. I just have to say, I know a lot of Western women who are traditional, like a lot. So I don't find them to be that rare, but I do know there are some areas of like places I can move in society where I won't meet women like that. So I think you have to, like, we attract what we are, right? We kind of attract what we're looking for. We kind of go for what we're looking for, like whether we realize it or not. I think, at least. Oh, you think it's code for block someone? Wait, you think talk black to me is code for blocking someone? I don't know about that. Is that what you're talking about, Anne? Brian Davis said women control 100% of the world. 98% of men are unaware of this fact. 1.1% of men are. Okay, Brian, that's interesting. Oh, they'll call us snobs if we all have wrenches. Oh. Well, because I'm like handing out wrenches and there aren't like tons of us in here. It's like some elite wrench club or something. I'm always so far behind in the chat. High school female teacher sleeping with students, child abuse, calling the cops on a dude for stupid reasons, etc. Look at the whole story. I just don't do the gender war stuff here, Jerome. So, I don't know. This is supposed to be a chill live, not a let's get in a gender war debate live. You might be new, so maybe you don't know that. Well, traveling diva, we should treat people the way we want to be treated. That's what I would say. Like, for me, for example, I want to be consistent to who I am as a person, regardless of what the next person is doing. You know? So me personally, just speaking for me, right? I try to be understanding toward people and loving toward people. I'm not perfect at it, but that's like what I try to bring to the table, because my goal for myself, my personal goal, is to see the best brought out of myself. Do you know what I mean? I actually teach my kids this. Hold on. Lizzie, baby. Come here. You don't have to go on camera, but I just want to ask you a question, and then you can answer it for me. So you can stand like right here. Like right here. Like you can stand right here. Nobody can see you. So I just want to ask you a question. What do I, oh wait, chew your bread. She's chewing bread. Hold on. I just want to show you guys that like, I'm not talking out the side of my face. Like this is really how I live. Okay. So what do I always tell you should want for yourself?
The best.
But why should you want the best for yourself? Is it about you? Is it about other people? Like, what is it about?
You and other people.
You and other people. And like, what makes a person a good person?
You mean like listing the things?
You can just give like 2 examples.
Being kind and considerate.
So she chose being kind and considerate. Is that something you should want for? So if you want the best for yourself, then would your goal be to be kind and considerate, for example?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait. So when you're nice to people, what kind of people should you be nice to?
Anyone who's not a villain.
Anybody who's what?
Not a villain.
Okay, so my daughter, traveling diva, my daughter said you can be nice to anybody who's not a villain. So we got to she might be on your team, traveling diva. But see, she's being honest. You know what I mean? I know what I've taught her, but she's got her own mind, clearly. Traveling diva said, I'm okay. Let me clarify. Men and women have bad natures as well as good natures. That's true. What the issue is that society itself is promoting the feminine imperative without governing governing gender narrative part. I think society doesn't care about feminism or masculinity. I think society wants to blur the lines. They want us to hate each other. They want us to hate ourselves. I see the feminists, the gays are pushing the agenda of like, there being no sexes and blurring the lines between the sexes. And they actually are looking at straight people like we're villains. The feminists are pushing a very similar agenda. I read that piece from the feminist today during my live where she called it a hetero cage. A hetero cage. That's what she referred healthy male-female interactions to. The MGTOW, same thing. They portray marriage as some sort of prison, So I think right now this society is pushing a certain agenda. And normal, healthy, heterosexual behavior, there's an attack on that. Normal, healthy families, there's an attack on that. I mean, in my opinion, it just is what it is. Dark Prophet said, I honestly think there is a difference in racial behavior with women. I have always just had a generally better experience with white women. You're like the most pleasant Black woman, really? Yeah, I think it just depends on who you're picking, again, and where you're looking. Because the Black women I know, not all of them are like me, but most of them are very similar to me in personality. Antonio, I'm just removing it because I don't want anybody calling. I don't like racial epithets, y'all. I don't like them. I'm behind in the chat, so I'm just catching up. But with the racial epithets, I don't. All of our skin is beautiful. And I think Tyreek should have never developed that nickname. Like, come up with something else that has nothing to do with skin color. That's what I think. Oh, is that? I don't know, Traveling Diva. I don't know the history behind it. Jerome Green said, men have always had. Jerome, I really don't want to do it right now. I don't want to do it. I don't. Like, I can't with you. Just drop it. Can you do that? Can you just drop it? Like, I can't. There are like channels. There are whole channels where all people do is talk about gender war stuff. Like, I cannot with it on my channel. I don't believe there's a gender war. I'm not promoting a gender war. I think women are beautiful, stunning creatures that smell amazing almost all the time. And I think men are strong, beautiful creatures that look incredible a great deal of the time. I love men. I love women. I can't, Jerome. Like, I don't know. Like, there are channels for that, and I just don't. This is called a chill session. This is not called a let's have a gender debate session. Like, I can't. I cannot do it. And you are so funny. Vicky Dillard from Fly Nubian Queen, Xander. Vicky Dillard from Fly Nubian Queen. Dark Prophet, if a Black girl likes me, they still have an attitude. If they don't, they're just a razor blade of insults. Really? Yeah, that's weird. I haven't experienced that. A white girl rejected me a few weeks ago, and honestly, I thought she was tricking. Well, something I have heard from Black men that date, well, not date, but have sex with, I don't know a lot of Black men that date white women, but I know some that will have sex with them, is that they're easy. I don't know. White people have a way of being friendly, and they're not really being friendly. I don't know if a lot of people realize that. Like, there are some ways white people are that you might mistake for friendliness, but they're not actually being friendly at all. Oh, Penny Snatcher. I'm old, girl. Okay, Penny Snatcher, tell me how old you are. And maybe I can answer your question in reference to how old you are, Penny Snatcher. Why do you call yourself Penny Snatcher? Pennies are good luck if you find them. I'm always polite to men. Dark Prophet, you said I didn't even know women could be nice about not liking a man. I'm always polite to men. Men come on to me. I'm not always. Sometimes I don't respond, like if it's on the street. But if it's a person I know, I've definitely had that happen with like friends and people I care about, that they come on to me and I'm not interested in them in that way. And I'm always kind to them because I'm always mindful of people's feelings. I don't know if you guys, I did a short, well, never mind. I'm always nice to people who I turn down because I recognize they have feelings too. I just don't like that name. Hold on. My girls are both on punishment. My daughter baked bread. They started making tea. They started trying to have a full-on party. I had to shut that down. Like, how are you going to be on punishment and you're having tea and crumpets? Have that make sense? What kind of punishment is that? No idea. None. Jerome, I don't know what we tend to do as parents, but every parent has to be accountable for their own children, right? I'm accountable for mine. Traveling Diva. Oh, I'm just now getting to your comment where you're agreeing with my daughter. She said everyone but a villain, but the thing is, like, who is a villain? You know? I don't know. That's the thing. Like, if we were all above being jerks, I could see that, but I'm not above being a jerk. I can be a jerk. I'm a nice girl, a nice woman, right? But I could be really nasty too. I just work to not do that. So if I'm in a nasty phase, and does that make me a villain? And if we return negativity with negativity, where is the positivity going to be bred? I don't know. It's just a thought, you guys. Yeah, I don't like that name either. And I just, with the racial epithets, I can't with it. I just don't like it. Who's pushing transgender behavior? What tranny gate? How far behind in the comments am I? Traveling Diva, I agree. I don't like the gender war stuff either. In my interview with Tommy, I asked him if he ever thought about taking a different approach. I wish I could make people be softer. You know what I mean? Or more loving in the way that I see loving in their approach. But the thing is that we can't do that. We can just appeal to the goodness in people. Like, that's all that any of us can ever do. We can appeal to the badness in them. We can appeal to the goodness in them. You guys are having like multiple conversations in the chat. There is an attack, 1D forever, on the nuclear family, especially the Black family. I agree. I really do agree with that. Degenerate, I think that every individual has to decide. I think a big part of our problem is that we don't like to just share ideas, right? We want to convert people over to our belief systems. And I think sometimes we just have to recognize that like people get to make these choices for themselves. And we just have to recognize that every person is not going to choose the path that we think is best or not worth it, be that marriage or not marriage. Is marriage for everybody? No. But those who want to get married, leave them alone and let them be happy. Those who don't. Do you know what I mean? But also understand that I feel strongly that until people turn off their TV and step away from media for at least a period of 6 months to a year, you don't even know what you think. Because you've been consuming too much of other people's thoughts and too much programming to really know what you think. What you think is muddled in with what you've been told to think. That's what I think. Hi, Truth from Troy. Nikki Love, that is crazy. Now you don't have to put a gender on your child's birth certificate. That's why when Obsidian was like, how are they interfering with you? I'm like, really? That's like their whole goal is to interfere with you. That's like all that they want to do is interfere. Xander, I don't use the word coon. You know, you'll never hear me call anybody that. When people do it, I just dismiss it. Nyla brought up a really good point, which is coon means something different to Black people than white people. And by the definition of coon, a lot of people who use the word coon, they would be considered coons by white people. A lot of this tap dancing we do and infighting we do, it's coons by a different definition. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even use the word. I don't have a lot of words that I tear down other Black people with. Because it's not my goal to tear other people down, right? If I see a broken person, my goal is to build them up. I'm not in the business of destroying other people. It's not something I want to do. It's not something I want to do. So I don't know. Some terminology I just don't use. Hi, twin. How was bowling with the boys? Oh, Frantonio, that's true. You do know me. I'm behind in the chat, Frantonio, but you're right. I don't like negative. I feel like we don't know everybody's story, but everybody has enough hurt and negative stuff in their life. I don't want to be a person to bring more of that to anybody. I want people to come in my space, let's say like in real life, and as much as I can portray that in the virtual realm, I want people to come to my space when they're in my presence and know that it is a safe place when you're with me. I'm not out to dig up dirt on you and use it against you. I'm not out to call you names and drag you down. I'm not out to compete with you. I'm not out to hurt you. And like, I do that for me because that's the person I want to be, because those are the people I look up to. When I think of people I look up to, that's what they're like. And I think I want to be that kind of person. I want to be on that wavelength. And so there's, yeah, Frantonio's right. There's a lot of words I don't use because I don't know. I don't want to tear people down. I use words like beta, and a lot of people have like connotations with it. But all that I mean by beta is I mean like a base mentality. Do you know what I mean? And I direct that at men and women, at a mindset. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't matter. It's just a mindset to me. And people take that strongly because they have beta alpha in their mind. But the thing is, like, some people are based in their mindset. It's not to say anything's wrong with those people. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? There are a lot of things I come to from a base place. There are other things where I've grown past that. Like, some things just are what they are, but that's very different from like picking on an individual and attacking a person. Truth from Troy, yes. White people are very good at patronizing. A lot of times you think they're being friendly, but they're not being friendly at all. Toriano TV said, we love beautiful, intelligent women. I love to be around them. Yeah, me too. I love handsome, intelligent men and beautiful, intelligent women. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Wait, Penny Snatcher, how old were you though? You didn't tell me, Penny Snatcher. Truth from Troy, do you know Nicole with the Inner Beauty Movement? I don't know Nicole. I have been on 2 panels with Nicole before though, but I don't know her. I don't. I've not, other than those panels, I haven't done any work with her and I don't know her. And they're trying to get through my heart, through my tummy? I guess so. I think they thought I would be distracted eating Liz's bread and just forget that they were on punishment. They were in there. And here's my thing. It's not that I'm against them having tea. It's that tea has sugar in it and they're on punishment and they can't have the sugar. Do you know what I mean? Nikki Love, you're 52 and you look really good. You're beautiful. Anne said, I can be a bitch when provoked. I'm telling you, like, y'all, you don't know. I can be very evil. I was talking to my best friend about this. I was like, you know, I could be like the one. And I work to not be the one. Okay. Penny said, what if she said she was 70? What if I said I was 70? Y'all, I could get rich today. If I were 70, I would be a rich woman. I would be telling you guys to put all kinds of stuff on your face. Oh, Xander, I'll be 28. I'll take it. Yeah. Charisse, hi Charisse. Charisse said it's draining to be nasty to others. I completely agree, Charisse. It is, I'm gonna tell you, some panels I do, some collaborations I do, that live with Obsidian, I was tired after that, y'all. I literally had to go change my clothes. I had to go change my clothes. I had to go get some kisses from my man. Like, I needed a hug. I needed a mental break. That's why I'm happy Degenerate was like, are we going to just have like a quiet Q&A? And I was like, yes, let's do that, because I know that the people who vibe well with me on this channel, like, you guys aren't for all that mess. I was like, we might all need a cool down. We might all need to chill out and just hang with each other and just regroup our energies from all that exhaustion. My poor mods, like all y'all, needed a break. So I agree with Charisse. It is draining to be nasty to others. Anne said the media is pushing it and you're far behind in the comments. Am I really, Anne? I'm going to catch up. I'm going to catch up. I'm reading them. Most of the time, kids are just learning passively instead of actively from parents. Yes. And my daughters and I have questions about, have conversations about passive and interactive engagement. And I'm not a fan of passive engagement. Like, I detest. It's one of the reasons I hate television. I detest passive engagement. That's one of the reasons I like to do these sit down lives with you guys versus when I just make videos and talk, or when I just do lives and I can't really interact with you guys, because I hate passive engagement and I hate promoting it. And it's kind of like if I sit here and y'all don't get to talk to me and I'm not responding, then it's not a conversation, and then it's passive engagement for you guys. And I just don't like to reinforce that kind of behavior. I'm just not even with it. Wow, what is your name, Alford 2? Like, how do you pronounce the first part of your name? And 411 said, people need to just stop being followers and lead their own life to greatness. That's so true. And she doesn't watch TV. And we're kindred spirits on that one. Cybecca said the gender war only exists on YouTube. I totally agree. I hadn't heard of it. I wasn't aware until I came to YouTube. Xander, let's hope I look the same 20 years from now. I would be happy to. My mom looked young until she got, like, when she lost all that weight, when she got sick, and then she aged really fast. But yeah. Can you get a link to the chat with me about Obsidian? You mean the one I did today? It's on my homepage. And then I'll put up our radio interview, because I did a radio interview with him too on his radio show. I'll put that up later tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Oh, is it degenerate? I didn't know that. Is coon another name for the N word? I've never heard that before. I don't want to talk about Obsidian. Plastic Raw, to be honest. I don't. Not like, I don't want to have a full-on discussion about him. I don't want to do that. Hi, Ms. Muhammad. Nikki said, I have two young black men, 26 and 32, and I don't play that crap. They better not disrespect women or women, black women or women, period. I'm with you, Nikki. I raised some good boys too. Although my eldest is 3 years younger than your eldest. My eldest is 23, but he's not raised to play those kind of games. Dark Prophet, I don't know if good people capitulate to the norms in society. I think weak people do that. And some good people are weak. Alfred too said, sometimes it takes a good follower in order to be a good leader. I don't know about that. Because a leader is going to lead, period. Right? People coming up behind you doesn't make you a good leader. You could be a crappy leader and people follow you. They're good followers. We see that all the time, right? People who are awful human beings who are leading people down a path of destruction, but their followers are good followers. So I don't think that those people get to be good leaders just because a bunch of weak people crawl behind them. A mark of a good leader to me is strong people will follow you and you can still lead them in their full strength. I think that's the sign of a good leader. Just one woman's opinion. Jerome said beta isn't bad. Betas make up the most of society. I agree. Betas do make up most of society. I mean, it is what it is. Nothing would run without the beta or omega. That's true. The problem is addressing issues that affect them. If you alienate the beta, things collapse. I agree with all that. I agree with that, Jerome. I knew a guy named Jerome back in the day, by the way. Yeah. You guys don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, Nikki, let me mod you if you're going to be doing all that kind of stuff, girl. You're doing all the mod work. Plus, I like you, Nikki. Now, you know, being a mod is work. So if you go out to get tired of being mod, you have to tell me. I'm a mean mom because I won't let them have tea. Oh yeah, what is that one? Johnny, what is that thing called? But I like it. You made it a song. Lizzie, yes mama, drinking sugar, no mama. Are you sure? Yes, mama. Yeah, Xander, okay, that's normally what I heard coon means. That's what I thought. How far behind am I in the comments? Hi, Audrey. That's how far behind I am in the comments. Whenever you came in, Audrey, that's where I am in the comments. Hi, Paul. Oh, I might go over to Nyla's. Depends on what's up with my man. He's watching football. He said it's all football all the time for the next 48 hours. So I might go on Nyla's live stream. Plastic Raw, maybe not tonight. Because I just want to chill tonight. You know, I don't mind jumping in and out of the conversations, but I don't want to be like, I don't want it to get too much. Because this is our cool down. This is our chill time. This is where we have an opportunity just to chop it up with each other. And it's like, no anything. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Hooded One, thank you. I really appreciate that. Hooded One said, your poise during the debate was spectacular, though I'm glad he couldn't get under your skin. Yeah. I forgot you guys have children. Yeah, we do, Toriano. Hi, Lando. A&E said, do you know who Darius McTow is? No, I don't follow any McTow people. Twila said, why? Okay, is it okay, Ms. Muhammad? That's why I call you Ms. Muhammad, because you told me how to pronounce your name and I suck and I forgot. And so now I've been strategically avoiding saying your name and I just have called you Ms. Muhammad because I refuse to ruin your name again. Just for the record. Like, out of respect, I'm just going to call you Ms. Muhammad and then I can never mess your name up. Lando asked me, would I let my son marry a white woman? My son is a man, so I don't let him do anything or not let him do anything. He's a full-grown man, so he's got to make his own decisions. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, it says love. It says love is the key. It's a goofy shirt, but I like it. I like it. Ms. Muhammad said, we raised our son to know better and do better. Exactly. I completely agree. Voodoo Child said, if you don't have leadership skills, you just don't have them. Everyone can't handle the pressure. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's so true. That's like the truth. It is so, like, I really respect men. I would never want to be a man, but I respect men because their burden is so much heavier than everybody else's burden. You know, they have the burden of, taking care of themselves, leading themselves. They have to contend with other leaders because men are like, it's leaders among leaders. They have to then protect their women. It's such a responsibility as a man to have a woman carrying your child in her body. Like, I can't even imagine how a man feels when they know that this woman has a human being inside of her and both of those people are his responsibility. Like, that level of burden, I can't even imagine. Knowing that communally people are looking to you, men have so much work cut out for them, and I just greatly respect men who do that job to the fullest of their ability. Like, you can't do anything but respect that. Anne said, my son will be 30 next August. Damn, we're getting old. And I know. And I need people to stop telling me their age all the time. I was on Angel Ramirez live stream and he was like, I'm 30 something. And I was like, oh, like, could y'all stop telling your age? How is it that I'm older than everybody? I'm glad there's some women in here that are, not spring chickens. And they're like a little bit more refined of a wine, because I'm like, everybody is younger than me and I cannot with this life. Maximum Black, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Voodoo Child said, you broads are old. I turned 29 a few months ago. Oh, baby. Come on now. Toriano TV said, women love betas. We have to pretend to be beta at first. Oh, see, a man that did that with me wouldn't get far. Thank you, Frantonio. Eric, that's very kind. Thank you. Nikki Love said you're far back in the comments. I'm coming. Audrey Love said, yes, you're far behind in the chat. Okay. Wait, let me catch up. Let me catch up, y'all. Voodoo Child said, good response, because I'll be damned if my mom had the nerve to tell me who I'm going to date. Yeah, that would kind of be an overstepping of boundaries for a full-grown man. We can't be moms and want our men in the community be full-grown, but we're like still trying to parent them and tell them what to do as full-grown adults. So, yeah. That's true. Degenerate says, I still say that you're born in the late 70s, early 80s. I caught up, Anne, in your face. Just when Anne was about to doubt me, she was like, she hardly ever catches up, but I caught up today. I caught up to the chat today, so there you go. You challenged me, and I stepped up to the plate. That is so funny. Oh, wait, but I don't know if Nyla's going live tonight. Let me see. What is today? Dang, she's going live late. She's going live at 8:38 tonight. That's not a half an hour. That's hella long from now. Oh, but she's having a premiere in 10 minutes. The Hypocrisy of a Pro-Black Jay-Z. Oh, I'll go watch that. I guess we all can chill until like 8. Because then I can watch Nyla's premiere. I caught up in the chat and now I'm behind. But wait, no, I'm not. Oh, everyone stopped typing so I could catch up? No, they didn't, Anne. Did they really? Don't say that. Y'all didn't stop typing so I could catch up. Anne's got jokes. You play too much. You might be the youngest in the chat, Degenerate. The youngest person we have is 19 on my channel. Hooded One said, my parents were racist as shit, so first thing I did was bring a white girl home from school. I was surprised to see they wholly accepted her. I can't with some of your comments are flipping hilarious. They really did? Y'all are too funny. That is so, so funny. Yes, old as gold dust. Cybecca said, Irene, are you bougie? Okay, tell me what bougie is, and I'll tell you if I'm bougie. My man says I'm bougie, but he doesn't get an opinion because because he is very frugal. I always tell him, I'm like, you're older than me, babe, but you act like an old man. He's one of those like, don't hold the refrigerator open, people. Turn all the lights off. He's that kind of dude. Oh, Nikki, is this your second page? Oh, okay, I'll mod you. Hold on. Let's see. Nikki. Okay. Dang, y'all have multiple pages and stuff? Why don't I have a multiple page? Jerome, it's not that we're too chill for that. It just, it is what it is. Maximo Black said he put his picture up so he could get more attention. I can't. Xander, you're funny. Audrey said, I don't watch TV either, but if we're not careful, YouTube can take away our time too. That's true. That is definitely true. Audrey, you're right. Irene, my mom was extra racist as well. The girl I've been telling you about is white. She acts like it's peachy, but I know she wants me to find a black woman desperately. Well, you have to make those decisions, right, Dark Prophet? Voodoo Child, I could actually see that. I could see feminism and MGTOW to be used for population control. I really can. Rozzy said black people can't be racist. Y'all will seriously beef over this. Don't beef over it. Okay. So I want to watch Nyla's live. I thought about like us watching her live, like her premiere with her, but I'm not going to do that because I want to actually go over there and watch it and show support. So I'm going to go, but I just want to say that I'm glad that we had this opportunity to kind of chill out and hang with each other. This was a good way to end my night with you guys. And so thank you to Degenerate for suggesting it. Thank you to my mods for doing such a great job. I know it was a lot of work on the Obsidian live stream. I know it was like basically you could have timed it probably the whole stream out. And tomorrow I should be having my interview with Nyla Says on Black femininity versus white femininity. I've been live a lot today, but that's not going to be habitual. But we might have some fun before the end of the new year. Do you know what I mean? We might do some like extra stuff just because it's the end of the new year. So with that said, I'm going to go. I will talk to you guys a little bit later. I'm going to finish eating my bread because I was sort of eating it, but I haven't really dug into it because I didn't want to be like totally turning this into a mukbang. Although earlier today when I had that fried fish, y'all, I wouldn't have cared. I would have been all on here eating and you guys would have just had to talk to each other. Anywho, bye you guys.